Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Student World Talks. I'm Carlos Branchetti, your host for tonight, and I'm so happy to be back after two episodes away. For those of you that watch us every week, you might remember that my colleague here, Lynn, she was the host for the past two episodes. Great episodes, by the way. If you haven't watched it, click it on our playlist talks so you can check it out. Really nice, but I'm super happy to be back, guys. Super happy to be back talking to you. I see already many people joining us. We have close to 50 people already in the live, and we're expecting way more. So let's see who's here. Vanessa Homero. Hi, Vanessa. Vanessa, I think I saw you yesterday on another live we hosted here. I might be confusing the names, but I think it was. So welcome back. Marisol, Katia, Batul, Tatiaro, and yeah, so many people. Guys, as you know, I always like to start by asking to share for you guys to share which city are you watching us from? Here, put it here. Is it morning, afternoon, evening? What is it? What time is it where you are? So put it there because you will see how diverse this community is here at the Student World. Folks, again, don't forget to like this video. It helps us a lot. Also, if you actually didn't like what you watch, at the end, it's fine to give us a thumbs down as well. Anything that you can tell us that can help us know if we're in the right track doing this lives or not. Again, the Student World Talks is the only talk show specific focus on studying abroad. Here, we help you with information to study abroad in an informal and nice, lighthearted way. No boring presentation, all of those slides and everything. No. That's not taking place here. Here, it's just chatting. We're going to have our guests here today, two Brazilians. Actually, what a coincidence. They actually are from the same city in Brazil. One is a student from this university we'll be interviewing, and the other one is a representative from the university itself. So we're very excited to have them here. So yes, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel. Let's see who else is coming here. Yasmin Lopez from Paraguay, sorry. Morsal. Hi, I love learning my lesson in Canada. Yes, you're going to learn a lot about studying in Canada, studying master degrees in Canada. Who else? Katya's afternoon here, lunchtime. Good. Have you eaten, guys? I'm actually a little bit hungry, to tell you the truth. Here where I am, it's 7 p.m. and my dinner is only after this live. So let's not talk about food, please, for a while. Tatiana from Brasilia. Hi, Tatiana. Who else? Lots of people joining us. Oops, I went out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, back again. So Elias from Peru. Yeah, great. Guys, let's talk about today's episode, right? We're very excited because today episodes we're having New York Institute of Technology, a place for doers, for innovators. So if you consider yourself one of those that have a profile that have a very career oriented, career driven, that likes to question the standards, to work on innovation and all that, this institution in Canada is definitely for you. And on our chat here with the representatives from there, we're going to explore lots of all the programs they offer. As I mentioned before, we're going to talk about master degrees level programs, right? And actually the student who's here is a student of, he's doing a master in energy management himself. So he's going to share a lot about his experience. So it's quite cool. Who else? What else? Oh, also this institution is located in Vancouver, Canada, which is constantly ranked as one of the top 3 most livable cities in the world. I have to say, guys, it's on my top list. I'm looking forward to go there to visit. And if I were you, and if I had the opportunity to study there and live there for a while, oh boy. But anyway, so without further ado, after this quick introduction, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video about New York Institute of Technology, Vancouver. So you can start taking a look at what their campus look like. And then when we're back, we're gonna invite the guests over. All right. Again, thank you lots. Thank you a lot for joining us here. Lots of people now. We are over 55 people joining us. Great. So yes. So let's take a look at what New York Institute of Technology looks like.
College, it's all about heritage, culture, tradition. And sure, it's all quite elegant and noble, but it's a bit too uptight for us. We don't have an elite crest or secret society. As for a Latin slogan, quod su non realiter semisa. Because for us, we're less about flaunting history and more about reinventing the future. Both for the world and more importantly, for people like you. Self-starters, doers, makers, healers, innovators. Since we started, we've been less concerned with prestige and more into, well, letting you do your thing. Which is how the startups start and the experiments lead to a cure. When the blueprints turn into green cities and the world's problems become challenges you'll solve. Seriously though, we've gotten really good at making people great. And so we define ourselves not by who we are, but who we can help you become. Because our legacy is making yours.
That was pretty good. Okay, guys. So now I'm super happy to invite to the stage here Vanessa and Felipe. Please welcome Vanessa and Felipe to the show. Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. Vanessa, Felipe. Great to have you here. Oh, we have another alumni also, which is Enrique. Well, let me start with you, Vanessa. Vanessa, sorry. How are you doing today? Excited?
Yes. Thank you so much, Carlos, for having us today. And I'm very happy to see people from all over the world. We have Latin America, we have Africa, we have like people from all those different countries. It's very exciting.
Very super excited, yeah. Felipe, great to have you here as an alumni. I always like, oh, sorry, not alumni, as a student. I always like to have like students here because they can share the real experience, what it really feels like to study there. So great to have you here.
Hello, Carlos. Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here, and I am glad to answer any questions that anyone can have for.
Awesome. And we also are joined here today by Enrique, who is another student of NYIT. Enrique, great to meet you and welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome. All right, guys. So again, for everybody in the audience, I've introduced before. It's New York Institute of Technology, Vancouver. We're going to be exploring everything. The idea here is to show a 360-degree view of this incredible institution. And I could not start in another way, but to ask you, Vanessa, who is NYIT and what makes you guys so unique?
Well, the name tells a lot about our institution, right? So we are we were founded in New York, in Manhattan, in 1955. So we are in education industry for more than 65 years, and New York is our main campus. And what is unique about our university? Can you guys see me?
Yep. Yeah, I think we're having a little bit of issue with the camera there.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's move. Let me pass it on to you, Felipe. Can you share a little bit about so you decided to go to NYIT? Like you said that you moved there 6 months ago. You started. Can you share what are you studying and why you chose NYIT?
So basically, in Brazil, I graduated in electrical engineering, and I was looking for another opportunity in my life. I wanted to reinvent myself, so I wanted to move away from Brazil and try other countries or other opportunities. And I found the NYIT with my agency, And like you said, is it based in Vancouver? So for me, it was like a good area to be. And I looked out for the opportunities for the university and how the program worked. And I think it was really interesting. So I applied. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, that's my history so far.
Awesome. And how about you, Enrique? Can you share a little bit about, like, are you also from Brazil, by the way? What program are you studying in NYIT, and why did you choose to go there?
Yeah, in my case, I was studying now alumni. That's a great, great step. So yeah, but I just chose the cybersecurity side. So looking on the IT field, if you look for cybersecurity, the new trend on the market. So that was the main reason when I defined it that that will be the class and the things that I will be studying with. And when I look at in the case for Vancouver, that was also the definition from that point. So I have more than 15 years working in IT field. So I was looking for something on a degree level. And then I looked for the cybersecurity on the NYIT that make a perfect match to me.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, cybersecurity is one of the new trending programs of this decade. But yeah, now we have you back, Vanessa. So yeah, I was asking, like, who is NYIT and what makes you guys unique? And you were saying, please go ahead.
Yeah, so like Felipe and Enrique already mentioned the programs they are in. So what make us unique is the fact that we offer very specific niche programs that are related to technology, right? So any field nowadays, human resources, business, anything needs to be connected to technology. Otherwise, you can't get a job after graduating, right? Basically, everything is technology, and that's our difference. We All our master's programs in Vancouver are applied masters. What this means, it means that in the end of your master's, you're not going to have to write a thesis like an academic master's. You can do a final project. So then it will be related to your profession, your career, the one that you want to take. Another thing that is different from our masters and other masters is the fact that our students can go on internships throughout their program. And this is very valuable, especially for international students. They are trying to build their Canadian experience here. So before they go and they graduate and go out for their full-time jobs, they can go and take some internships throughout the program so they can get to know the Canadian market, how things work, right? And I believe Felipe is ready to apply for his internship, start his search, and then start all the interviews.
I'll get into that in a minute with you, Philip. I would love to hear more about, like, your plans. But actually, oh, we lost Vanessa again with technical issues, guys. Technical issues. So let me move on a little bit to back to you guys as a student and your experience. Actually, was that one of the reasons why you chose there? The fact that the NYIT, different from maybe other traditional universities who are like more research focused or more theory based classes, NYIT seems to be very, like, focused on what the market needs. And like Enrique was sharing about, like, the program he did in cybersecurity, but doing a little bit of research on my own here for this live, I came across, like, different programs that are very, very, you know, focused on what the world is going through right now. And I just wonder if that was also another reason why perhaps you, Felipe, you chose to do energy management. And I just wonder, like, was that one of the reasons, like, you chose NYIT? Was this market focus, and you have already in your mind that you want to stay there and acquire and have a professional experience working for a company, perhaps?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think my mix muted. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
okay. It's on.
Okay. So for me, like you said, New York Tech is like straight to business. So for me, taking the classes, you're like almost in the market. So most of the classes are directed for the business and for the applications of the technology. So that's one of the things I really enjoyed here so far. It's been connected to a lot of professors that have connections to other industries, and they can show you opportunities. And for me, like you guys said, I'm not looking for anything academic right now. So I really want to go and get my Canadian experience and get start with my career here in Canada. So the school helped me a lot on that aspect so far, and yeah, that's one of the main reasons I chose NYIT. Yeah.
And I also wanted to say, maybe Vanessa, we can start this one with you, because being like this market focused institution also means that you guys are very strong. One of your foundations of the teaching methodology is the experimental learning, right? So students do a lot of hands-on. Could you share a little bit of like how is that reflected on the daily basis for students? Like we have dozens of people joining us here who perhaps are considering to study at NYIT. What would their classes look like?
Oh, so Felipe is actually have access to the energy management lab. So they have a mix between lectures and projects and labs. Like in case of cybersecurity, they have a different type of lab, right, where they're gonna go and do practical assignments, right? In terms of the MBA, which is another program that we offer, so we have the MBA General and the MBA Concentration in Finance. The practical aspect is really, I really don't know what's happening with my camera today.
That's okay. I think we can. Yeah, we can live it off a little bit, guys. Pretend that this is a podcast. You can
Yes.
still see the rest of us here. So okay, but carry on, Vanessa.
And the aspect is the projects that they will have to do. They will have to reach out to companies to try to get some real world information and internship. And what this translates, it translates into jobs. So we have a very high employment rate because of the way we teach and because of the market that we are focusing on. So all the programs that we offer are in high demand. So leaders are, needed in any company, in any field. For example, we have engineers that decided to take our MBA program because they want to add the management aspect to their technical knowledge. For example, Elisa is one of the cases. She is an oil and gas engineer, and then she decided to take our MBA program because she wanted to learn more about the leadership skills and about how to be a manager, a coordinator, a director one day. And this is exactly what happened. As soon as she graduated, she got a job as project coordinator at a local clean tech company here. So that's, I think, examples speak better about our success and how students are graduating and getting jobs than me just going step by step. And Henrique is another great success case. He started with a company.
Oops, I think we lost Vanessa. And Hiki, can you share, because we had a comment coming from Vito here, just curious about how the cybersecurity labs would look like. What kind of experience would you have like in their programs that when you did the labs, and can you share a little bit of those things?
Yeah, no, I would say not exactly the lab, but I would say that inside of our environment, basically you build your own lab on your machine, or of course you can rent from the university, but basically we build up every single thing there. So in some case we build up on the directly in the cloud. So yeah, it's fancy, you like it, but it's tough.
Cool.
So but yeah, but you can build up something on your computers. In some case we build up directly from the cloud environment. So depends the case and depend from what you want to achieve there. But yes, it's cool.
Awesome, guys. For those of you in the audience, we have here two students. So I go ahead and send your questions, like, because they are experienced what perhaps you're considering to experience. So send your questions to both Felipe and Enrique. I'm gonna read them out loud here so we can interact a little bit. I also want to hear Felipe a little bit about like the diversity in terms of students, because one of the cool things about studying abroad is that you get to to make friends with people from other cultures and so on. How is your class like? Do you have where are your best friends from? Or
Yeah. So for me, it's that's one of the parts that you kind of forget when you're applying for studying abroad, right? And when you get here, you get all these people from all around the world as your colleagues, and it's really interesting. I find people from China, from India, Mexico, even Brazilians. So it's very international community of students, and it's like everyone is in the same boat. So everyone is abroad, everyone is away from their families, and they're feeling a little bit scary here and there. And then you get together and you work as a family here. So I get to meet really cool people. I have been making friends since I got here, and that part of the experience helps a lot on the on life in general as a student here. So yeah, the community, the international community, especially here in Vancouver, is a big one. So you can find people from everywhere, and it's very interesting and easy to talk because everyone wants to know what you like, what is the culture, what you do, or like some of the aspects of life in general. So it's really cool.
yeah, absolutely. Vanessa, I think you're back there. So now I wanted to ask you because we have people here asking about different kinds of programs. Could you give a little bit of an overview of the programs offered by NYIT?
Yes, hopefully now I'm not gonna freeze. So we do have 4 masters here in Vancouver. We have 2 MBAs, so a master's in business administration general and concentration in finance for the ones that want to work in finance industry. We have energy management, and we have a master of science in cybersecurity. Of course, if they are looking for undergrad program, bachelor programs, they have to reach out to our New York campus. That's where they have all the bachelor programs. They have, I believe, 100 programs from all the different areas. But here in Vancouver, we decided to focus in master's programs, right? Because this is where we see we can swim in the blue ocean, like we learned in our business courses. Vancouver has hundreds of schools offering diplomas, certificates, bachelor programs, and not enough offering masters, right? Basically, we have the main universities, the public universities here in Vancouver, and maybe 3 or 4 other private institutes. And we do have American universities coming here. So we are the third American university with campuses in Vancouver. And what makes us unique when you compare to the other institutions is those type of programs. So we are the only ones private institution offering energy management and cybersecurity. So those 2 programs are very competitive, very popular. The application portal opens and closes within weeks, sometimes a couple of months. So we always ask you to apply at least like a year in advance if you're thinking about those 2 programs. Of course, NBA, we have more seats, we have more space, so they can apply, I would say, within 6 months to the beginning of their program.
And how big are the classes there? Like, is 50 students per class, 20 students? Because it's not a huge amount of programs, but it is a big institution, right?
Yeah, so I believe Enrique and Felipe can also correct me, but as far as I know, they try to range, 50 tops per class, and we are expanding. So we hope by next year we will be able to offer more classes for those programs, especially because we see the demand for more seats for cybersecurity and energy management. but we try to keep like within the 50 per class, and I believe in the past even less than that. In the past was even like 35, and Hiki just graduated. So I don't know if you want to share a little bit about your class sizes.
Yeah, I will say that when we started, it was around 35, like back into 2 years ago. So it was around 35. Then we went to online and we top on 50. That was the average there. And I believe that now in class to be something around 50. That maybe Philip can answer that from right now.
And Ricky, most of people who goes to study abroad, they're thinking about their career, right? What's the goals, the ambitions they have for their careers. Like I have a curiosity because Master in Cybersecurity seems to be quite a popular program at NYIT. So many people are choosing that. But what are some of the career opportunities for someone that has a master's, that graduates with a master in cybersecurity?
I would say mainly the IT field in general. However, if you need to go on the cybersecurity field, you have the master, so it's a good door and will be, let's say, a good brand to have with you. But the experience itself, it's something that you also need to go deep and learn, not just on the university. The university will help you and give you the degree, and you can show that you know. But you also think on the cyber side, you need to have some experience there as well. So I would say that's a complementary thing that you need to have. Not just go directly. That's not a simple thing, but you can start as a junior or something for sure.
Awesome. Now
And the market itself, it's huge, not just here.
yeah, it's huge. It's booming. Plus, with this new reality of remote working and more companies being open to have employees around the world, this is just opens up all the possibilities. Uh, I want to talk a little bit about like the internships, because this is a big part of the whole learning experience that a student acquires at NYIT, right? And Vanessa, can you tell me how does like this process works once the student enters or starts the program at NYIT? After 6 months, they are ready. They get a support to go after that. They're motivated to do that. And then I'm also going to ask Felipe to share a little bit about his experience doing this, because from what you said, he's about to do that.
Yeah, so Felipe is in his second term, right, Felipe? And he's already ready to apply. The programs usually can be finished in 5 terms. So NYT has 3 intakes per year, so January, May, and September. And usually students finish their programs usually can be finished in 5 terms. So NYT has 3 intakes per year. So
A little bit of an audio problem there.
can you hear me now? Better?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So usually students will finish in 5 terms. And I know, and he can Felipe try to do it faster. So that's another advantage, especially if you have work experience, like he says 15 years work experience. For him, it doesn't make sense to wait 2 years to graduate if you can do it faster, right? So that's another advantage. But the internship within Canada now, in the whole pandemic, the IRCC, which is the immigration organism in Canada, they are a little delayed processing work permits, study permits, and everything. So I was talking to Felipe the other day. It takes at least 3 months for you to between applying to a work permit, which will be your internship work permit, and getting it. So that's why you have to start thinking within your second term, so it's ready for the next term, so you can go and start interviews and pick the company that you want to go. So that's the only thing that I can say now. There is this preparation period of 3 months between applying and waiting for the permit to come in. But then meanwhile, all the students are welcome to join all the career services, webinars, They're constantly posting like different webinars on how to prepare yourself for the market. So this helps them once they are with their permit on their hands and they can start applying, they feel more secure, more confident.
Awesome. And we just got a question out from Ariel. Ariel, I'm gonna bring your question in just a second, but I want to hear from Felipe. Can you share a little bit, Felipe? Like you're doing this right now. What can you share to all the folks watching us?
So, for like Vanessa said, first you need to get a letter from the school to apply for the work permit extension, so you can work with an internship program, right? After you do that, like she said, it's going to be a wait of at least 3 months to get that documentation ready. While you're waiting, you can start looking for the internships. That's what I did. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for the opportunities so right now, and I am applying for the co-op or internship opportunities that I can find for the next semester. So maybe I'm still waiting for some answers, but they have a lot of opportunities, especially if you look on LinkedIn or other platforms. They always have opportunities. So all you need to do is like use the NYIT Department of Career Service. They can help you building your resume, your cover letter, even with workshops of how to proper work, like do the interviewer and all those topics. So if you use all these tools, you can probably find a internship opportunity, and that's what I'm hoping to.
Great, yeah. The career service at NYIT is definitely some. Uh, Lots of you guys who are watching, if you go there, is something that's gonna support you a lot. So now, Fabian, I want to bring this question from Ariel because I think it's something that many people, at least doing these lives, I get these kind of questions a lot, which is about like career change and sometimes using a master degree to drive this change. So Ariel, thanks for sending this and participating with us here. Would the MBA be useful to change from a career in, for example, psychology towards more related to administration? What can you tell to Ariel, Fabiana?
Yes. So if she has this background of psychology, right, how can she get the knowledge that she has and add to the business content that she will learn during the MBA? I would say HR, so human resources, is a great way to utilize your previous knowledge, psychology, right, and use your MBA skills. So human resources is another thing that is expanding more and more because of the remote jobs nowadays, right? People are hiring even more people because they are, letting go from the real estate offices. They're having more money, right, to invest in new personnel. So that's another thing that we are seeing a growth in is HR recruitment. So that's a great way of her associating her psychology knowledge and bachelor degree with a master of business administration degree here in Canada. It's something that she can definitely navigate easily. But of course, if she likes all the areas, right, within those 2 years that she will be studying with us, she can also pick other areas that she likes more, right? Even marketing. Psychology is used in marketing and advertising campaigns a lot. So that's another area that she can go and start working and changing her career, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ariel, for sending your question. We got some questions coming about like the scholarship for some specific programs. We're gonna get to that, guys, in a minute. So hang in there. But you just mentioned Vanessa. One of the because when we bring like institutions here, universities in general, I always like to explore like the extra things, right? Because there's always those basic the programs that all there is offer or kind of offered by almost all of them, but there's the extra things that really set them apart. You mentioned one thing that I consider an extra mile, which is the career service when it's done properly, which is the case of you guys. But I want to talk to you also about another service that you guys offer, which is called First Year Experience Mentor Program. They came up in the research that we did, and for me, it sounded super nice. And I want to give you the chance to share with students a little bit about what is this exactly.
Yeah, so this is actually a brand new thing implemented by our student engagement coordinator, where she will pair, let's say, a senior student, someone that is almost finishing, with a new student, right? And they will be their mentors, and they will help them out like throughout those 2 years that they will be studying at NYIT. And of course, we offer like so many things within our services, and we count that the students will reach out, right? Differently from a bachelor's program where we see the student needs much more like hand holding type of thing. For the master's program, we have all the services there, but the students need to reach out and access all those different programs that we offer. The mentorship, we have a mental health also program to help out, especially during the pandemic. We noticed that was a key thing to be supporting our students with, right? We offer to all students, an on-call online mental health tool that they can access. They can talk to someone, and they can offer like in all different languages too. And that's like for me, even like from the recruitment side, it's even all new that I was learning through going to their events, right? So I know sometimes it's a lot. They get a lot of notifications about events, but this is the only way for you to access everything you need to be successful. And it's tailored to you, right? Felipe probably chooses some things and not other things, right? We have a very rich calendar of social activities too, because we know how important this is. They were just at the Lynn Canyon lights, right, Felipe? I don't know if you were able to make
Yeah,
it.
the Capilano booth.
Capilano. Yes. So always very like cool and nice activities during the Halloween. They went to an amusement park here in Canada. So we try to offer all those different opportunities, and of course, every single student will tailor to their needs, right? If they don't feel the need of participating all the social activities, but they want to participate in career services. Webinars, they want to have a mentor, they want to be a mentor, right? They can also take advantage of those things. And most importantly, both of them, Felipe and Enrique, were also student assistants. So NYIT, besides the students being able to work off campus, right, and doing 20 hours per week off campus, they can also work on campus. And we have different departments: IT, recruitment, student engagement, admissions, administrative departments that need help with our student assistance. And that's a paid job, right? They can work on campus, and they can also be teacher assistants, and all those different experiences that they are gaining throughout those 2 years will add up to their resume, even though they have great experience in their home country, right? The Canadian experience really helps them a lot to enter the market and to create their network, right?
Yeah,
Because finding
definitely.
a job, it's not all about applying. You need
Yeah,
to meet people, right? You need to know where to go, who to
yeah.
talk to.
But I'll get to that part on the working possibilities in a minute. But I want to like on that still on that subject of these all of these extra service, Felipe. I'm not, but Enrique already graduated. Maybe he has something to add it also. But from your perspective, you're studying now. When you got there and you started like to seeing all of these extra things that the university that NYIT was offering to you, making available for you, what was the one thing that actually like impressed you, perhaps, or that caught your attention? Of like, you know what, this is a really nice touch.
Yeah. So for me, I think in the social part, like Vanessa said, the activities are really nice. You have like a lot of activities that you can meet people, you can start making friendships and all that. and also getting to know the place. Vancouver has a lot of amazing places to go and check. So the student life department's really cool. But for me, for my professional part, I would say the career service, because like Vanessa said, when it's good that you have experience, but you need to start thinking that you're in a new country. You need to understand how the values here work. So the resume, the cover letter, how to proper make those documents, and also how to behave on an interview. That was like the most important part for me so far, and it really helped me getting like a job, like Vanessa said, a job at the school and also outside of school. And yeah, that I would say those two parts so far have been the nicest one.
Cool. And Enrique, NYIT prouds itself of having like over 94% of their graduates, they get a job after 6 months after graduation, if I'm not mistaken. You have graduated from there. Why do you think is that? Why the students, they get so prepared and so like they become so attractive for companies looking for these new age professionals?
Y- Yeah, I will say for me it was a little bit different because I get a job before get my close my degree. So I get like one term before I finish my degree. So I already have a job there. It was, of course, getting still part time, but it was a real job, already in the field, already working with cybersecurity. So I will say that the preparation, and of course we are talking about a degree level, so it's a little bit more deep than a bachelor degree. So it you give you a little more experience on that field that can help you on there. So I will say that better than 6 months after that, I get almost 6 months before
Yeah.
to close
Awesome.
my degree.
And on that note, because this topic of like possibilities of work during and after studies, you already mentioned that, Vanessa, but I just wanted to bring it up just to make it so it's clear for everybody watching us. So students can work during the program, and also, sorry, they can work on and off campus during the course, and also once they graduated, they have something called the post graduation work permit, right? Which allows them to stay in Canada and work and acquire the professional experience. For how long can they stay after they graduated under that post graduation work permit?
So usually they get the maximum, right? The maximum are 3 years of open work permit. And of course, they need to apply. It takes a little bit. But once they apply for the post graduation work permit, they have what they call here implied status as a worker. So they can start working right away, right? Especially because we are eligible for the post graduation. Our name is there on a website, so it's a pretty much certain visa. Of course, the length of the visa, we can't say for every single case you're going to get 3 years because it's all depending on the officer, right? But those two programs, cybersecurity, energy management, they also are eligible for the provincial program here in British Columbia, our province, like the permanent residency program, which is the name is express entry, and then it's the federal program. Each province has their own provincial express entry, let's say. And how do they come up with those areas that they need more professionals? They will research the market. They will see the areas and the fields that are in demand of qualified professionals. So they pick people with master's degrees, doctors, PhDs, and above to be part of this program. And that's what we call like a pathway to become a permanent resident. So usually it takes about 3 years for you to become a permanent resident. And with this provincial program, which energy management and cybersecurity are eligible for, you can cut this time in half, right? Of course, you have to make sure you fulfill all the other requirements. Just the diploma from NYT, it's not the only requirement, right? So make sure you are reading all the web page. If you need, you can also hire a consultant to help you with your process. But it's definitely a differentiator that we have here at NYIT, and our students really take advantage of that, because then is one less problem for them. They
Yeah.
apply, they will be nominated, and then they are on a track to become a permanent resident of Canada.
Awesome. Just some quick, let's do like a quick lightning round here with questions. Some are very like straightforward. So Claudia is asking if you have programs in neuroscience as well. Any of those for a master's or the MBAs, is there anything that also approaches neuroscience perhaps?
No, we don't. New York campus will have, but we don't.
Okay. And then we have Marisol here asking also about a program in materials engineering.
Also, no. Very specific. Our engineering master's is the energy management. So we'll be covering green building, clean tech, most not materials.
Cool. And the last but not least, Sartaza is asking about the undergraduate programs. Again, the New York campus, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes. So if you go on our webpage, you can find the New York campus there too and see the list of programs they offer.
Yep. Awesome. We have here. Okay, so he's saying we have another question coming from Yasmin, energy engineering student here, so similar to Felipe. Is there a program that will allow me to work in the field of international relationship as well?
That will be MBA, international affairs, international trade. That will be our MBA program.
Awesome. And Ahmed is asking about a master's postgraduate in supply chain and logistics. Anything
That's,
similar to that?
yeah, that's also the MBA. We also have a recent grad, Isabella. She was working with supply chain and logistics. She was an MBA grad, and she now got a new job. She moved to Toronto, and she's working for a multinational mining company called Vale.
Awesome. And so, yeah, so Ahmed, you may want to take a look at the MBA programs. You can go on the NYIT website. They do offer that. And Juliet, the marketing or fashion products, marketing would be inside the MBA, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Fashion, perhaps not.
Fashion, not, but marketing, yes. Our MBA, our students can tailor their MBA experience. So perhaps she wants to work with marketing, she would take more courses and the elective courses in marketing, right? If she wants to work with international affairs, she would take international trade and all those different things. Same thing goes for our finance concentration. They will mainly be taking finance courses, right?
Yep. Now I want to move on to the next topic, bring in the participation of Sai here, another user watching us, which is he's asking about the English requirements, in this case IELTS. But I want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about the requirements itself in general. What are the requirements to apply there, and a little bit about the application process.
So first of all, you must have a bachelor's degree. If you have anything under a bachelor's degree, which considered to Canada as being a bachelor's degree, which are 4 years, you cannot apply for our programs. We have some countries that have a 3-year bachelor's degree, right? India as being one of them. We do accept 3 years bachelor's for our MBA program, but for the other programs, they must be 4 years. You must send us your transcripts, your official transcripts, all digitized, right? So our application process is all through Salesforce and is all done online. So you just need to save your documents in PDF. So bachelor's title, transcripts, the English test, you have a few options. You have IELTS academic, you have TOEFL IBT, you have the PTE academic, and we are still accepting Duolingo for spring and summer, which is great. It's an online test. It's also very cheap. And then they have all those different options. We have different scores for different programs too, so they can reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to clarify that. We also recommend that they upload their resume, right? If they have letters of recommendations from their employers or professors, they can also upload that. And also a letter of admissions, what we call statement of purpose, where they say why they want to apply for this program and why do they think they are a good fit. So once they upload all those documents on Salesforce, they will pay the $50 application fee, and then they will be in process. Of course, we have students that have multiple degrees, bachelor's, other master's, other postgraduate certificates. We also encourage them to add that because our admissions team will review all those grades to come up with the overall GPA. So the overall GPA, it's very, very important for the student to be admitted. They have a minimum GPA. So for MBA is 3.0, and for cybersecurity energy management is 285. We use the scale of 4. So that's what you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, if you don't have that GPA, then you will have to take the GMAT and the GRE.
Awesome. And just like I want to give the opportunity here, Enrique, like when you apply for it, was the process, did the process drive you crazy? It was actually quite straightforward. What can you share?
No, it was quite straightforward for me. To be honest, I don't really remember all the requirements back into 2 years ago, but it was quite straightforward. I made that by myself and I just do it and no problem there.
Great, great. Okay, guys. So now moving on, we're reaching the end here of the live. The last topic I want to approach is regarding fees and scholarships, costs. Talking about money, right? So let's start. Like, can you just give it a little bit of an idea of the cost of the programs, the tuition programs? They range. I'm assuming they have different prices for different programs. What can you share with the audience, Fabiana?
Yes. So Enrique had one case that he applied himself, and Felipe had another case he'd use an agency, right? So you can also contact an agency to help with all this process. And in terms of fees, you have to be looking at institutions in British Columbia. Why am I saying this? Price points is very different across Canada. And our price point for our masters range between 33 and 35 on average US dollars. So it's still in American dollars. And considering that a bachelor's degree per year in BC is $36,000 per year, a master's degree being 35 for the whole program, it's very, very cheap. And what we like to say offers you a better return on investment, right? Because you are graduating with the master's title. So you also expected to make more money than someone with only a bachelor's degree, right? So you are also expected to receive that money that you invested in your education faster than if you only had a bachelor's or something else. The students will pay per term, so they will make 3 payments per year. If they like the Latin American students, they really like to pay monthly too. They can set up in the system and they can make monthly payments as well. And besides the tuition fee, the only other fee is the college fee, which is $248. And it covers all the costs that we have with activities, the social activities, the career services activities, and also the graduation. We just had our graduation event last week. We graduated more than 500 people, and Hiki was there being a grad. Felipe was helping me. We spent the whole day in this beautiful event. And in terms of scholarships, we do have a scholarship for our MBA programs, $5,000 US for the top 20 applicants. So that's a huge, huge difference, right? You're not going to receive your award in the first term, but if you are awarded, you will receive on the second term.
Great. And the last things I also like because scholarship. We're talking about ways to fund their studies, right? So when you go, okay, so you mentioned the cost of 30, let's say 30,000. Then people start, okay, so what are the fund? What are the ways I have to fund these, right? To fund my studies. We've talked, guys, about like the possibility you have to work, the possibility you have on work on and off campus during your studies. Obviously, you're not going to make a huge amount of money, but you're going to make some money that will help you with your cost of living there, perhaps. That's something that's going to help. Vanessa mentioned here the scholarship for the MBA, specifically programs for the top 20 applicants, right? And but you also have other ways that it came up here in our research, Vanessa, and I want to check this with you, which is the college funded student aid that students can apply through the Office of Student Employment. Is that correct? Can you share a little bit about that?
That's probably from our New York campus for domestic students.
Ah,
So
all right. Okay.
there is no like funding for international students, especially because once they apply for their visas, their student visas, the government of Canada will request that they have a minimum amount of money to be accepted, to have their application accepted. So that's why like I see some of the students asking me during fairs, oh, can I apply if I only have this and that? It's like, no, you have to have on the bank, not only you, but like your family member, someone supporting you financially. You have to have a minimum amount of money to cover your first year tuition and your first year of living in Canada. And all those numbers are on the IRCC website. They can take a look. Of course, there are countries that I just learned recently. They work like a kind of like a bank, and you can get a student loan from those banks. But that's your home country, right? Your home country
Yeah.
will allow you to get a line of credit and then use this money to pay your education, right? And once you are in Canada, I also recommend to the students a website called scholarshipscanada.ca. And multiple scholarships there. You just need to pick one that will, match your program. And then they range from like $500 to $13,000. So it really depends on your program too. But I would say your work on campus or off campus will help you with your living expenses, and Henrique and Felipe are here to confirm. But you have to prepare yourself financially to make the payments for your tuition and everything in advance.
Awesome. All right, then. Thank you so much. Guys, we're getting close to the end now. I want to give Enrique and Felipe now the opportunity to say final words. We have over 40 something people watching us. What advice can you give them for all of them that are planning to, carry on their studies in Canada, their master's studies in Canada, and are considering NYIT in Vancouver as an option? We'll start with you, Enrique.
Yeah, I would say just one thing about the financial side. I would say that the work on campus and also off campus can really help you. So it's really something to have in mind when you come up to Canada. And the other point is, yes, you are thinking that you are an international student, so it will be a little bit tough to be studying that, but it's you have value there, and that degree it's something that you can really have it and show that it will be open doors for you. And by the way, I just need to drop as well because I have a meeting here, my career side.
Fair enough. Thank you, Enrique.
Thank
Felipe,
you.
now over to you.
Yeah, for me, I wanted really to change my life, and NYIT gave me the opportunity to come here and do the masters, which will help me both on the career side and also on the immigration side. So it's like a complete package of a good opportunity to do, and like I said before, I have people from all over the world coming here, and they are all very accepted. Very, it's easy to get along with everybody. Everybody's like trying to uh, get another opportunity and improve in the market and everything. So, and New York Tech really helped me so far with the jobs and opportunities and everything. So I would definitely check out more about the career and the programs. And yeah, I think it's really worth it.
Awesome. All right, now guys, we're gonna put the contact information for Vanessa and for NYIT here on the screen. I'm gonna ask my colleague. There it is. So get in touch. It's vfiabane.nyit.edu. I'm also gonna ask my colleagues to put that on the chat here. So if you want to ask more questions, if you're gonna get in touch with Vanessa and ask more about the possibilities of you studying at NYIT Vancouver, please do get in touch. Send her an email. You can tell her that you watch her here at the Student World Talks, and I'm sure she'll be more than happy to carry on in the conversation with you. All right. So yes, it's just here on the chat. And yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you, Vanessa, and thank you, Felipe, for joining the Student World Talks today. It was a great. I think we shared lots of great information, valid information for students. We could show them a little bit about who New York Institute of Technology Vancouver is. So for that, thank you so much. And I hope to see you back again in another future episode of the Student World Talks.
For sure. Thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank
See
you, guys.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. And that was it, guys. So that was New York Institute of Technology, our guest of today's episode of the Student World Talks, the one and only talk show focused on studying abroad. I'm really sorry we had some problems with connections and so on, but I hope you understand that sometimes that happens. But overall, the information we share here today was quite valuable. We were able to talk specifics about what makes New York Institute of Technology Vancouver stands out in comparison to other options you have for master programs in Canada. I hope you got the feeling of how amazing studying Vancouver can be. And yeah, if you want to have if you have any more questions or anything, please go ahead, do contact Vanessa, and she will carry on the conversation as I mentioned before. And again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel here, so you can always be notified when we have when we have another episode of the Student World Talks. We're always happy to host these shows here. Every show, as you know, is a different institution, a different guest. This month has been the month of Canada. We've talked to 2-3 other Canadian institutions. But the next month, we're going to have institutions from the US as well. So every Tuesday, we're here at this exact same time. And I'm very happy to host this. All right. So yes, please do like this video, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to also join our community on Instagram as well. We're over 400,000 people there. We're always posting news, basically everything related to study abroad. That's the student world, guys. Okay. So thanks a lot. Thanks, Ariel. Thanks, Patricia. Thanks, Yoshi. Thanks, Salman. Thanks, Sai. Thanks, everybody who joined us here today. And I'll see you all next week, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. UTC here at the Student World Talks. The Student World, whatever you want to study, we know how to get you there.